Hello, let's do Wordle for Wednesday, April 22nd. Let's play. Yesterday we spun the wheel. It said to start with snowy. Can you imagine? All right. I'm thinking snort. I'm thinking snore. I'm thinking this could be a little trappy. So thinking of the different options are nice. There's snoop. Is there any SNOO as well? No, but there's snout. So I'm thinking snort is nice because it gets snore and it gets snort. And it gets snout. So let's go with snort. Okay, so is it snore? Sure is. Nice. What a start. All right, another sea of greens. Cool. Not much to say about that solve. Just a lucky start, and I think I thought of a good follow-up. Let's see if the bot agrees. But before we do that, we're going to spin our members wheel and see what tomorrow's starting word will be. Watch that Wordle logo spin. All right. Hater, suggested by Andrew Powers. So rocking right into the AER trap, if it is, or any ER trap. But if you're brave enough to follow along with me, we'll be starting with hater. All right, let's do some analysis, see how well I did. So the answer was snore. I think people are not going to have too much issue with snore today. And I started with snowy. What a day to start with snowy. So there were 5 answers left. Did I think of them all? Snoop, snoot. I didn't think of snoot. Like a snoot boop. Snore, snort, and snout. So I thought of all but snoot. And so it's actually saying snoot is just as good as snort because you can't actually. Why is snoot as good as snort? I guess it is. Snort doesn't get everything because it doesn't tell the difference between snout and snoot is the issue. But there is no perfect guess here. But with it not being snoot, snore was perfect or snort was perfect. Okay. So it would have done something similar. Snoot would have also just gotten a snore right away. That's crazy. There were only 5 words left after snowy. So it was not a trap. Even if we went through all 5 of the words, which we wouldn't have been able to, we still wouldn't have lost. So there were 10 unlikelies. Snobs, snods, snowek, snowep, snogs, snoke, snood, snook. Is Snoke the name of that guy from the new Star Wars trilogy? Snool, snots. All right. Anyway, it would start with tails. Like as the ES, we're going to go prose. From prose, there's only 4 words left: score, shore, snore, swore. So it's a little trappy. We just got to go through them. So worst case is we get a 6. So okay, that S blank ORE is dangerous. So you want the common letters in your intro to reduce this kind of trap. Anyway, for steal, we're going to go snipe, and then it's only snore because we get the N. That's lucky. Adieu, very common starting word. We just get the E. We're going to go slept, and then we're going to go scone, and with that N, we get lucky with snore. If we didn't get lucky with scone, actually, it wants the N really badly, but score, it says, is almost as good. Let's just say we don't get that N, now we're stuck in this trap, but we can just barely do it as long as we know that smore is unlikely, which if you go for smore before snore, but luckily, you probably think of snore. So we're going to have some people losing, but not that many. With the O, we're going to go clone, and then now gnome, noose, or snore. Snore gets it right away. Getting that N is obviously clutch, but most people are going to target something like an N early on, so it's fine. Stare. Here's where we're a little bit trapped, but it's still fine. We'll go shire here, and then we'll go score, and then we'll go spore, and then swore, and then snore. So like there's just few enough of these words. Like you could lose if you think s'more is one. That's kind of how dangerous this is. It's like just on the verge, but you have to know that don't guess s'more. Trace tries to get in 2. It doesn't get the N, so I doubt it. Reuse, shire, snore, or spore, soar, snore. So it's going to be really dependent on what trap you get. You guess first. Trace, clasp is the final That's what the official bot starts with. We just have the S. Again, no N in our start. So siren. But after siren is only snore. That's interesting. Oh, because we get the N, right? So snore. Okay, let's check with the official bot, see how people did. I wonder how many people got trapped. That's mostly the question I want answered, but go through everything. Snore. Okay, start with hard mode. Gave me 99 skill. It really liked my guesses. That doesn't surprise me because I feel like I did the optimal guess there. There are only 5 left. So give me a 99 for snort. What did other people do? Snore, very common to start to do, which gets it in 2, which is great. Snort, 26% did that. Some people did snout, some did snoop. A few did snoot. Snoot is the other good follow-up. So, but it likes snort much better than snoot, probably because snoot is considered less likely. Let's see. Snoot is considered a 16.8% over a 20.8 here. So, interesting. Clasp, siren, snore. That looks familiar. 0.4 starts with snore. 8.1, 37.5, 64.9, 82.8 is a lot lower than I thought. 95.1. So we got a nice jump there, but people are losing on the trap we were just talking about. Some lost on s'more, which is really unfortunate. Spore, store, shown. Okay. Let's refresh and do non-hard mode. Okay. Still 99 skill, so there wasn't a filler that it preferred. What did people follow up with? Snore. So a lot of people getting in 2 following along with me, which is great. I'm very happy for them. I do think snort was the better follow-up, though. And the bots tend to agree, because snore is not going to tell you the difference between a lot of these other ones, like snout. And I don't know, there were some other ones. Anyway. It was slightly worse. Slate, chirp, snore. So it's doing a filler here to kind of avoid the trap. 0.6 starting with snore. I think there's some legit snore starters. Maybe they do it right when they wake up or right before they go to bed. 5.8, 33, 61.7. 81.3 is pretty low, 94. Okay, people losing on swore, score, shore, s'more, spore, store, snoke. All right. Well, how'd you do? And that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to watch the New York Times games, you can click right at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.